Waking up to nothing leads to memories of us. But do you recognize it's what I feel? There's something deeper about the way this feels. 'Cause I will be there for you when the rain is falling down. When you're lost and found, I'll be there for you. So let all your emotion out. 'Cause I wanna love, love you all night. I wanna be in your head. When you lie next to someone else, will you think of me instead? Do you remember my touch? Do you remember my touch? I wanna love, love you all night. I wanna be in your head. I wanna love, love you all night. I wanna be in your head. Do you stay awake so you can dream about how our lips could join in a kaleidoscope of us? Yeah, could you be the air to help me heal? You really be the one to help me heal. 'Cause I will be there for you when the rain is falling down. When you're lost and found, I'll be there for you. So let all your emotion out. 'Cause I wanna love, love you all night. I wanna be in your head. When you lie next to someone else, will you think of me instead? Do you remember my touch? Do you remember my touch? I wanna love, love you all night. I wanna be in your head. When you lie next to someone else, will you think of me instead? Do you remember my touch? Do you remember my touch? I wanna love, love you all night. I wanna be in your head. I wanna love, love you all night. I wanna be in your head.
There it goes. My mic didn't want to work, so that was fun. Hi. Hello. Hi. So, welcome to the Strimstram. Yes, we are going to kiss, kiss, fall in love. If you get that reference, I love you. Yeah. So, we're going to start off with some lore, because we didn't end with lore like I wanted to last time. Oh God, is my sound on? Oh, thank Jesus. But yeah. Yes. But anyways, we are going to start some lore. We got about halfway through Redcliffe. And yeah, so I tested everything except for my mic because it didn't want to work, obviously. Oh, it's so much brighter if I shut the door. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna do some lore in good old Dragon Mage. Please load. You loaded earlier. Thank you. All right, so we're into some lore stuff. Oh, these are quests. I don't want that. I want the codex. That's what I want. Okay. We got lots of codex stuff. We'll do characters first because we only have 2 of those. Connor is the little kid that is currently possessed by a demon. We went back to the Circle of the Magi to ask them for help since we helped them before we went to Redcliffe. If you don't help them before Redcliffe, you got to go to... you can kill the kid if you want to. Or you can kill the mom. Honestly, all the options are endless, but I prefer to have everybody alive if possible. I was really hoping you were in here when I said that. Hi, hello, welcome. Hi. We are in the middle of lore dumping. But Connor is the one who is possessed by the demon and sending all of the evil zombie corpses after us. So his little backstory says, while most of the Bonds and Arls of Ferelden cart their children with them to the Landsmeet in the interest of eventually marrying them off, Connor has spent his entire life at Redcliffe, and it's hardly surprising the child possessed the gift of magic. By law, he should have been taken to the Circle of Magi at the first sign, abdicating his claim to Redcliffe. Instead, the boy was kept out of public view and his magic hushed up, with disastrous results. All mages are beacons that attract the attention of Fade spirits. Because of this, they are trained and tested by the Circle to ensure that they withstand attacks from malevolent Fade creatures that seek entry into the waking world. Untrained Connor drew the attention of a powerful demon that tore the veil asunder. So, more lore for the Circle of Magi. The Circle of Magi sucks. So, basically, when you show that you are a magic user, anything you had claim to, forget it. It's gone and ripped from you just because you were chosen to have magic. Sucks for you. Whoops. That sucks. Like, no one asked for magic. Anyway. But that's Connor. And then we have Arlessa, the mom, who hid his magic power and caused this. The Arling of Redcliffe was a source of constant trouble for Emperor Reville during the occupation. It was rumored that since each new report sent the Emperor into a fit of violent rage, his court had taken to poisoning messengers before they could deliver their accounts. Isolde's family was the 10th to be given the difficult task difficult task of governing Redcliffe, and since most of the previous Earls had either been murdered by their bonds or beheaded by the Emperor, they did not approach the job with a great deal of enthusiasm. Isolde met Aemon, not realizing he was the rightful heir to her father's domain, and quickly became smitten with him for being part of the resistance. Never mind that it was her family he was resisting. Perhaps a bit too romantic for her own good, she insisted upon staying behind with Aemon when the rest of her family was driven out. Now, if you don't know, we think she's real sus because she was acting a little weird. We have creatures. The Revenant was that scary thing that pulled me and I screamed really loud about because I forgot that it existed. Excuse me. We got 2 more notes here. The fabled apostate, which is what Morrigan is. Morrigan is an apostate. It is not uncommon for the... Oh, God. There's so many words I don't know. The neophyte to mistake apostates in... They say it in Dragon Age 2, and I can never say it. Maleficarum as one and the same. Indeed, the Chantry has gone to great lengths over the centuries to establish that this is so. The truth, however, is that while an apostate is often a maleficar, he need not be so. A maleficar is a mage who employs forbidden knowledge, such as blood magic and the summoning of demons, whereas an apostate is merely any mage who does not follow under the oh God, that's a word I should know. That word. Basically, under the care of the Circle of the Magi, and therefore the Chantry. They are hunted by the Templars, and quite often they will turn to forbidden knowledge in order to survive, but it would be a lie to say that all apostates began that way. Historically, apostates become such in one of 2 ways. They are either mages who have escaped from the Circle, or mages who were never part of it to begin with. This latter category includes what we tend to refer as hedge mages, those with a magical ability out in the hinterlands who follow a different magical tradition than our own. Some of these hedge mages are not even aware of their nature. Underdeveloped, their abilities can express themselves in a variety of ways, which the hedge mage might attribute to faith or will, or to another being entirely, depending on his nature. Some of these traditions are passed down from generation to generation, as with the so-called witches of the Chastened Wilders or the shamans of the Avar barbarians. No matter how a mage has become apostate, the Chantry treats them alike. Templars begin a systematic hunt to bring the apostate to justice. In almost all cases, justice is execution. If there is some overriding reason the mage should live, the rite of tranquility is employed instead. Whether we of the Circle of Magi believe this system fair is irrelevant. It is what it is. That sucks. For further... We're going through some lore, yes. I try to read all the codex at the end of every stream, and I didn't do it last time, so I'm doing it this time. Yeah, it's okay. It gets updated in the next game anyway. It's fine. We'll revisit it later. But wow. Oh, that's interesting. Patterns within form by Halden, first enchanter of Starkhaven. Interesting. Okay. There's a character in Dragon Age 2 who's from Starkhaven. Oh, you sweet bean. You're so supportive. If you want to watch your other stream, I get it, buddy. The Rite of Tranquility, basically, is a mage's death because earlier... Okay, I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. They call it a mage's death. Shout out to Coffee Stand. She loves me. So, our next thing is demonic possession, which is what's currently happening to Connor. Why do demons seek to possess the living? History claims that they are malevolent spirits, the first children of the Maker, angry at their creator for turning from them and jealous of those creations he considered superior. They stare across the veil at the living and do not understand what they see, yet they know they crave it. They desire life. They pull the living across the veil when they sleep and prey on their psyche with nightmares. Whenever they can, they cross the veil into our world to possess it outright. We know that any demon will seek to possess a mage, and upon doing so will create an abomination. Most of the world does not know, however, that the strength of an abomination depends entirely on the power of the demon that possesses the mage. This is true, in fact, of all possessed creatures. One demon is not the same as any other. Demons can, for instance, be classified. Enchanter Brahm's categorization of demons into that portion of the psyche they primarily prey upon has held since the Tower Age. According to Brahm, the weakest and most common of demons are those of rage. They are the least intelligent and the most prone to violent outbursts against anything living. They expend their energies quickly, the most powerful of them exhibiting great strength and occasionally the ability to generate fire. Next are the demons of hunger. In a living host, they become cannibals and vampires, and within the dead, they feed upon the living. Theirs are the powers of draining, both of life force and of mana. Next are the demons of sloth, the first on Brahm's scale that are capable of true intelligence. In its true form, this demon is known as the Shade, a thing which is nearly indistinct and invisible. For such is the sloth's nature. It hides and stalks, unaware, and when confronted, it sows fatigue and apathy. Demons of desire are amongst the most powerful, and they are the ones most likely to seek out the living and actively trick them into a deal. These demons will exploit anything that can be coveted wealth, power, lust, and they will always end up getting far more than they give. A desire demon's province is that of illusions and mind control. Strongest of all demons are those of pride. These are the most feared creatures to loose upon the world. Masters of magic and a possession of vast intellect, they are the true schemers. It is they who seek most strongly to possess mages and will bring other demons across the veil in numbers to achieve their own ends, although what that might be has never been discovered. A greater pride demon brought across the veil would threaten the entire world. Fascinating. I love lore. Am I crazy? Ah, there you are. We got one culture and history. Lake Callanhead. So this is where, so there's Redcliffe is here, and the circle is here, based on the map. So they're across Lake Callanhead. The waters of Lake Callanhead are steeped in legends. The Avar people say that it was once the site of Belanus, the mountains which stood at the center of the world, from which Korth, the mountain father, surveyed the earth and sky, but it was destroyed in the battle between Korth and the serpent Nathramar, leaving only a vast crater behind. When the Lady of the Skies saw that Belanus was gone, she wept, and her tears filled the crater, making the lake. The Tevinters believed that the waters of Lake Callanhead were blessed by Razikal, god of mysteries, and that those who drank from them were granted special insights. This was why they built the great tower on an island in the middle of the lake, hoping the powers of the lake would aid their magical research. But most of us know that the legend of King Callanhead, which gives the place its name. It is said that Callanhead Theron spent a year and a day in the Tower of the Magi. Each day he drew a single cup full of water from the lake and carried it to the formari at the top of the tower. By magic, each cup of water was forged into a single ring of the mail armor the circle gave to Callanhead. In that armor, made from the lifeblood of the land itself, no blade could strike him, no arrow pierce him, so long as he stood on Ferelden's soil. From Thedas, Myths and Legend by Sister Petra Enchantress. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was my cats running. Oh my god. That's so much. If they're by somebody that I think is... We're actually gonna run into Brother Genitivi, actually, in this game. Okay, let me check one more thing. Our notes. Correspondence interrupts. A collection of embarrassing personal communications when a spoiled wealthy and their objects of obsession. My darling Reginald, I burn for you, and because of you. Please use enclosed tincture if our love is to endure. Sari. My elf root, stop it. The herbalist suggested powdered Bronto horn. I was very discreet. Your sunflower. You are filthy, a beast, such depravity I've never been forced to suffer. How words are so laden when they leave your lips is beyond decent imagining. Madam, I love you. Stop. That's funny. That's hilarious. Okay. Okay. And this is why we read the lore, friends. This is why we search for any and all opportunity. Okay. So since we got all of the... Oh, I murdered all those people in there. Whoops.
There you are.
Okay.
We have brought
So we're
Lyrium
doing the story
and
quest now.
begun preparations for the ritual.
Lyrium is
We can
bad.
start any time.
Detective.
Yes, we haven't sufficient lyrium at present to send more than one mage into the
Do
Fade.
this by myself.
It truly depends on the manner of demon.
I don't even remember what kind
It
of...
sounds like a spirit of greed and desire, one of the more powerful in the hierarchy. It will likely engage
You
you
just tell
in
me, and I
dialogue
just missed
and
it.
tempt you with an offer. Avoid it. Making deals with demons never turns
Desire
out
demon? Is that
well.
what it is?
It only works because the child gave himself to the demon willingly. If the demon takes over the host force,
This is Lady Isolde,
we must
Connor's
slay
mom.
the abomination.
This is Joan,
We have
the guy that
only
backstabbed
enough
us.
lyrium
The guy
for
in the
one
center.
attempt.
He backstabbed
I
us
hope
and
you
used blood
succeed.
magic. And
Such
he
a
burned,
young
or
lad
he poisoned
deserves better than execution.
Carl Eamon. And then this is First Enchanter Irving. He's the one that gave us... We were directly under him. Okay, look up.
I'm glad we decided to take this route. This is really the best option.
Very well. I
Alistair.
assume you are going into the Fade, or did you have someone else in mind?
Oh God, I would not send Morrigan. Are you insane? Are you insane?
Good. Let us get the ritual underway, then.
I like that there's bones just littering the floor from my murder spree I had in the castle walls. Oh my God, they all love me. Oh my, he does love me. Wow.
Is that you, Connor? I can hear you! I'm coming! Is anyone out there? Hello?
Father! Where are you? I don't understand. It's so cold. I want to go home.
You there? Have you seen my son? I can hear him, but I cannot find him. This blasted fog has me turning in circles. The what? I don't understand. Is Connor here or not? What? Possessed? Then we must help him. Is that why you're here?
Lots of ghosties. Why does that say persuade?
You, I do trust you.
Get your cunning up all the way. Every time they listen to you.
You must find Connor. Please, I beg you.
I wonder though if that has to do with my
Blessed art thou.
my
said the sight of the maiden.
difficulty too. Hello, Connor.
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now. How do I know that? You could be a liar. You could be a demon. No! You're here to hurt Father. I know it. I won't let you.
Oh, sorry, dude. there is a percentage that I could have messed this up, but it's okay. It's fine.
I will savor your every curve and
I have blood on me. So disinterested my character is in everything but her appearance. I could have messed that up. I don't exactly remember how this plays out.
You're the one making Father sick.
Curse this blasted darkness! Why can I see nothing?
I'll help him. You can't stop me. Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
And if I were Connor, what would you say to him? You will not find what you seek. Turn back now. Trespasser! I will drive you out!
Ooh, there's 2 of you now.
so I shall. As you desire.
Get out of here! You have to get out! I'll stop you! I will!
I was here already now. Hello, Connor.
Father wanders, seeking me, trapped within my web. All is as it should be. Why must you interfere? Connor invited her to come, and they struck a bargain. She has every right to do as she wishes. No, it is time for you to go now. Do not persist, or things will go very badly for you.
Another rage demon. So nice of you. Oh, there's another one. Kind of you guys.
What's this? What is this for? I have some blood on me.
I got blood on me. Oop! I don't think she's supposed to be stuck in the floor like that, but she's stuck in the floor.
Very well. No more illusions. Now we meet face to face. You see my true form, and stand in my domain. It is here I am most powerful. And yet I have no wish to engage your power, nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps we should converse instead? Alas, that is sad. Very well then. If you wish a battle, you will have it. Let us see if your power matches your boldness, creature.
As you desire. So I shall.
No!
Oh, is that right?
Dang it.
Now this should be amusing. As you desire.
His fingernails are a little freaky. Don't worry, I killed her. No more freaky. She's dead. Gun.
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he could be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think? You are a mage, and you know his faults better than anyone. I would trust your judgment.
Tried to murder somebody and resorted to blood magic, and I don't like blood magic, and I've never liked blood magic. So truthfully,
very well. I shall have the mage imprisoned again for now. But our task is not done yet.
his mistake.
Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon. Thank you. I am grateful for your eagerness to help restore my husband. Find Brother Genetivi, the scholar, in Dennerham.
That's why
He's
I'm
been
helping.
researching the urn's location for several years
I
now.
need him.
The knights that returned say they were unable to find Genetivi.
I'll find
Perhaps
it.
the Maker will
Don't
lead
worry.
you to him.
I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Yeah, maker, whatever. Yay! Time to steal all your stuff. All right. Is this your room? I saw stuff. We upstairs, yeah.
You're the one who saved me.
Unfortunately.
Then, thank you. Father always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I hope Father gets better soon. He will, won't he?
Sure. Okay. Oh my god.
Of course.
I don't think I've ever been in here. What is this? I don't need that. Goodbye. Yeet. I don't use the salves. Goodbye. What are you? I need that. I need my friends to like me. If there's gifts in here, I'm taking them. Gonna take those real quick. Don't need that.
Of course.
Don't need that either. Don't use maces. The fox's bow. I didn't take anything from the vault. I don't know what you're talking about. Is there any lore in here? Nope. You have lore? You have something, Leliana. Yes, you can open it. Oh, that's disappointing. You have nothing in your armoire? Nothing? Oh, hello, mister. I appear from nowhere? All right. I'll take that. Ah, bookshelf. Give me lore. Oh. Fascinating.
And so I shall.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Yeah, right? Close. Armoire. Armoire. Oh, look, you guys aren't on the ground anymore. But look, there's remnants of people I killed. I'll use battle axes. Or the vanity. Can I leave? Oh, I can read this book now. The Orlesian Empire. I want to get a tapestry of Thedas. Like the map of Thedas. Oh, I don't need to be back here. I need to go, though. Wait, that's to go upstairs. Where do I go to leave? This way. Let me leave! I've been watching a French children's cartoon all day. That's what I've been doing. Don't worry about the corpse bodies in the courtyard. It's fine. I've been watching season 4 of Miraculous Ladybug because I have not watched the full thing yet. We went there. You've been told. Oh, I have to go to Denerim for that. We should probably go to Orzammar, even though I
So I shall.
don't freaking want to.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe. I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Isle's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Isle that much. You're right. Hopefully, by that time, there's still enough of Ferelden left to save. Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh, wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
Oh my god, the next time we talk to him. Oh no. And the person I want to be here, I don't think is here, and I want to cry. I'm sad. I'm so sad. You are here. JK. Okay. I had to update my thing. You are here. Okay. I didn't want to do this without you. I know that you're kind of like lurking and you're not chatting, but I just needed to know that you were here. Okay. Let me pull up my gift guide real quick because I need to make sure I give everyone the right gifts because I'm psychotic. Can I give you cuter clothes? Because I hate what you're wearing right now. I absolutely hate it. I can give you this though. It's a little better. It's not awful. Your armor right now is so good, though. What does this look like? Green. Decisions. Because you can't wear that yet. This is the way. Hey, Basco. Hey, I can give you stuff. What you wearing now? Tier 2? Here, I'll make you better. Tier 3. Hey, that's not that bad. Or, this is better for you. That's like what Alistair was wearing. This is the worst part. Okay. Now we can continue gifts and stuff. Okay. Oh. Hey, dog. You want this? Okay. Leliana. Do I have anything you want? No. Morrigan. We haven't met you yet. I have nothing for you. Sten. There's a gift for you, my buddy.
Unexpected. Thank you.
You're flippin' welcome. Win. This is a gift for you.
Oh, marvelous.
You are welcome. Okay, generic gifts. These are all just like regular stuff. Okay, who likes me the least right now? Because you're getting gifts. Dog loves me. Zevran.
How nice.
Don't sound so enthusiastic. Yes, it is a dog friend. His name is Basco, and I love him. I get another dog in the second game. His name will also be Basco. Because I can't let it go.
How nice.
You're so welcome.
How nice.
Zevran, shut up. Who does this go to? Go to Oghren? Do all three of those go to Oghren? That sucks. Oghren is someone we haven't met yet. We're about to meet him, though. Yeah, Sunblonde Vind. White Legacy Shooter. And then Ale. Yeah. Oh my god, those are all for him? Ew. Gross. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna throw up.
So, all this time we've spent together, you know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over? I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you a great deal.
We can't be together.
Maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself? Or do you think
First guy I romance just in the background.
feel the same way about me?
I want to vomit. Ugh. I hate this. It's time. I think it's time.
So I fooled you.
Oh my god, it's happening. It's literally happening right now. I can't. Oh my god. No. You know, I've watched this so many times and I still just can't.
That wasn't too soon, was it?
In the world? Time.
Good. I'll take that as a good sign. Maker's breath, but you're beautiful.
Oh my god, stop. This wasn't the full scene yet. Oh my god. There's one more.
Let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
Oh my god, there's another scene. Holy shit. You guys, I'm gonna throw up everywhere.
Your desire is my command.
Sir, calm down. You're like a 12. Can we bring it to an 8? Can we smooth into this transition? This is weird for me. Hey, yo.
Of course.
Hold on.
Your desire is
Stop. Shut up.
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
I hate it here. I hate this. I'm gonna let y'all decide. You can pick whichever, except for 4 or 5. Pick 1, 2, or 3. I don't care. Whichever one I see first. I don't care which one we pick. 1, 2, or 3. I'm letting y'all decide. I want to throw up. I hate this. I'm so red. 1. Okay.
Join you? In your tent?
He's so stupid. I love him. Oh, he's so dumb. I love him. I'm letting y'all drive this bus. Y'all, we're full control. I wish I had a poll running so y'all could decide. Just himbo. Yes, we are romancing the himbo. Himbo. Here is the other himbo in 3. We will get to him. 2? Okay. All right.
No, of course not. I heard you. It's just that I must sound like a fool. You know that I've never done anything like this.
He's a virgin.
I was quite sheltered after all. I care for you so much. Whenever I think of this, I feel like a
Stop
bumbling
it.
idiot,
I want to cry.
hands. I wish I could be better at this.
Me knowing what happens in the future games is not good for my heart. I can't. All right, you guys. Which one? Do you want to tell him to relax? Think this is as right as it gets? Or do we be respectful and say, we can wait? Can't be bothered. I love this game. The fact that the man that I romanced the first time I played this game is just in the background, just watching.
With the darkspawn on our heels, death awaiting us at every turn. Sure, why not? Hot. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot, if you are.
You were wrong with the idiot part. Jesus Christ. Alright, you guys. Put in a number. Let's go. Here it is. It's happening. It's so strange. With Zevran, it's just like, you want to go? Okay, let's go. I want everyone to remember that everyone is witnessing what's happening right now. We are out in the middle of the open. We doing 3? All right. Vibrant, you're the tiebreaker. She's gonna come in here with the 2. But also, I want you to call him an idiot. I can't call him an idiot. He is an idiot, but I can't call him that. That will hurt his feelings. Okay. We got 2 for 1. So we're gonna do 1.
Right. I'm going to stop talking now.
Oh my god, it's happening! No! I'm not watching this. I've seen this several times. And it's on both of my screens because I have OBS open. Oh my god, I hate it here. The fact that everyone at the camp is watching this happen. And now they're all going to make comments about it. I hope you all are prepared for the banter. Terrifying. Is this allowed? They're not naked. It's
you know,
fine.
According to all the sisters of the monastery, I should have been struck by lightning by now.
They're not naked. It's fine. Look. Look, if people can stream the Iron Bull scene from Inquisition, we're fine. No, they had their underwear on. Now there's a mod where they can be naked. So people who play this game are horny. All of them. I should have been struck by lightning by now. Not for that performance. Oh my god. Oh my god. You weren't prepared? He was a godly boy. He was in the chantry.
Yep. Lightning first, then the end of civilization as we know it. I'm a bad, bad man. You do realize the rest of our little party here is going to talk, right? They do that.
First smart comment, I feed them to First smart comment, I feed them to
Oh, sure, now you say that. By tomorrow, it'll be icy glares and awkward silences right before battle. Just you watch. So, what now? Where do we go from here? Right, I can handle that. I hope. Before we go, I just want to thank you. No one's ever
can
made
do
me
that
feel
multiple
this way.
times if you so wish.
I
We
wasn't
have the option to do that.
sure it could happen,
Just so
in
you
fact.
know. We can go back to the tent. Multiple times.
Good to know.
First night. Stop. I hate it here. Back to tent. Let me see if it'll let me.
Your desire is my command. Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a
Now,
time
if we
as
go
any.
back to the tent, it's gonna play that cutscene again. I'm pretty sure it will. It may not play the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure it's this one.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Given the circumstances, things could have been so much worse. I'm so grateful that you're you, instead of some other Grey Warden. That sounded better in my head. I just mean to say that I've really come to care about you.
You're goofy.
Now we just need to be rid of that pesky archdemon, and everything will be back to normal,
Nothing
right?
will be normal. Ever again. Nothing.
Your desire is my command.
Can he stop saying that?
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
I don't know.
Oh. You want to?
You want to? Right now? Really?
Well,
Me?
Who am I to refuse?
I told you. It's probably... I don't know how much it's going to show again. Or not. Up to snuff. Okay, it doesn't. It just shows it the first time. Don't worry. We'll get there. Okay, let me go talk to my buddy Sandal, who's gonna tell me I can't enchant anything.
Enchantment?
I just like to hear him talk.
Enchantment!
He's such a sweet boy. Oh, love him. I have nothing for you to help me with. Morgan! Hi, buddy. Do you still hate me?
I await your command. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Oh. I feel like that will have a negative connotation, so I'm not going to ask that question. We do still need to go confront Flemeth, which we can go do. Hey, Sten. What's up, buddy?
You called. I am hardly surprised. To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Our farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles
No
become
visual
warriors.
woo-hoo for you.
No
They
one is content to
definitely
be who they are. Very well. As you wish.
Hey, Leliana. I love you.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais. A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot. Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the Grand Tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the Grand Tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered. Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the Grand Melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time.
Leliana and I actually
Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat. The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
What say you? By all means. Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question.
We have to get Zevran
Being an assassin after all is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it? Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased, for 3 sovereigns, I'm told, which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The Crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder, and if you do poorly in your training, you die. Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth, gets you women. and men, or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go. Eventually can be a very, very long time if one plays one's cards right. Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant incident that occurred prior to your departure from the Circle. That's not something either of us can alter. So
I think we're gonna
it is
go
best
to
put it behind
Quarry
you.
Wilds.
Put that aside.
See if we
You're a
can do
Grey
what we need to
Warden
do
now,
there.
and perhaps I presume too much by saying
Then go to
this,
Orzammar.
but the Circle is proud of you.
And then hit Denerim.
Do not squander this time trying to explain why Irving picked you. Accept it, and be the Grey Warden you're supposed to be. Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Well, all right.
All right. Okay. Let's go pet dog.
You will have the best equipped army Ferelden has ever seen.
I sure hope so. Dog! No one interrupted me this time. Pet Basco. Good boy. Good devore dog. Goodbye. Okay. All right. Where we're going, I cannot.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Again, as much as I would wish to. Because that's Denerim over there. We did over here. I'm gonna have to fight. Ugh. Ugh. What? Oh. Why?
What do we do here?
Yo, friends, what the heck?
Be careful!
Off I go.
You should run while you can.
Excellent.
Oh, a cracked skull. That's helping. so much darker. Oh, God.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say? Why dance at all? Why not sing? What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time?
If you don't remember, or if you're just now watching and it's been a while, we found Flemeth's grimoire when we were exploring in the Brazilian forest, I think it was. And basically Flemeth takes in her daughters and trains them enough so she can use their body as a vessel so she can continue to live. And Morrigan was like, can you kill her for me? So that's what we're here to do.
How true. So says the shoe to the foot and the foot to the leg. We move as one, whether we like it or not. But if I am to guess, I would say Morrigan has discovered something. Something shocking that requires her defense. Yes? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn? The truth, she says, as if it were nothing. No, no. Far better the lie. Far better the comfort of blankets and shadows and a mother's love. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain. We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do. I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that?
This is tricky because I know what happens in the future games. So, for the flow of canon, I want to do something, a certain thing. But I don't know how it ends if you do the other thing. Do I lose relationship points with Morrigan if I do one of my choices, though?
It's far easier this way, don't you think? The lies are always more fun.
Yes, fun. Tricking Morgan. Oh, who am I kidding? That does sound fun. I'm a bad man.
Not killing Morrigan's mother. That is the more noble choice, right?
Right? A tangled web you weave, Warden. I hope it's for good cause.
The book is inside the hut, with notes and spells enough to make even Morrigan blush with delight. You and I will not meet again. That I guarantee.
It's okay, it's fine. Listen, 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 listen.
Change your mind already? I change knickers less quickly.
I made my choice.
Then do leave an old woman in peace.
I made my choice. I gotta live with it.
Next, they'll be putting in a road, maybe an inn.
I made my choice. I made my choice. I didn't do this last time. Yeah, I didn't do this last time. So, if you do fight her, she turns into a big dragon. And I don't think I have the setup to succeed. I didn't know that you didn't.
You look like a woman.
Are you flirting with me?
You are a Grey Warden, so it follows that you can't be a woman. Women are priests, artisans, shopkeepers, or farmers. They don't fight. Why would women ever wish to be men? That makes no sense.
This is how some modern men think.
Do they also wish to live on the moon? That's as attainable. One of those things can't be true. A person is born, Gunari or human or elven or dwarf. He doesn't choose that. The size of his hands, whether he is clever or foolish, the land he comes from, the color of his hair, these are beyond his control. We do not choose, we simply are. Can they? We'll see.
Okay, Stan. You can calm down. Hey, Morgan. I totally killed your mom.
I await your command.
Oh, wait, I have to give it to you.
Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately and unlock the power that it holds.
13! My god! What do these robes look like? That's what I'm truly terrified to see. Because it's only for her. They're the same, except they're just better. They're just immensely better. Okay. Let me see. Can I sell some stuff?
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
I will take a cheese knife.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I truly want Morgan on our team just so she'll banter. That's really the only reason I want her on the team right now. Oh my god, we're gonna have to fight. Oh, we didn't. You thought she was cold before. She's gonna be cold now. We're about to go to my least favorite place ever. You're here to kill me? Ow! Don't throw a fireball at me.
I tried to be merciful.
Hey, watch it!
Defend yourself. Brilliant.
As you desire.
Okay.
I didn't get into this business to sit on my goods.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant. Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzamar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone.
Caste are
But they
like
still use the goods we bring.
and kind of like the Kunari,
That's
they're
not
like
right.
born in a different
Someone should do
caste,
something.
which
Maybe it'll change by the time my children
puts
are
their
grown.
success in place, basically.
Twice a year, I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it. Best of luck to you.
There are other places to sell. I don't have to come back here.
You're wasting your time. Only dwarves are allowed into Orzammar.
Can I interest you in something? I've got the finest
Val
selection of
Royeaux.
previously owned armor and weaponry this side of Val Royeaux. Why pay through the nose for new equipment when you can buy like new for much, much less? Oh, here and there. Look, that's really not important. The important thing is, it's cheap.
Dead man.
Just as good as what you'd find at a smithy. Oh, of course. And remember, everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
They wait too long, trade won't come back. That's the way this works.
How am I supposed to live with no crafts to sell? I'll be ruined.
If there's civil war, what will happen to us?
Let kings fight over kings. Trade needs to flow.
You know what the butcher told me today? There's a Grey Warden loose.
Really? And he hasn't been arrested?
Seems he's making an army.
Maybe you shouldn't lap up everything your butcher says.
Best be careful. Darkspawn are coming. Greetings, milady. Greetings, milady.
Okay, let's go to Orzammar.
Demand an you insult all of Ferelden. King Loghain will not suffer the delay of his appointed messenger.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain
Ready to
demands
be
the
in the
allegiance
middle of
of
a
the
political
Desher,
conflict?
or lords, or whatever you call them in your
Not me.
assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
None more important than mine.
Your business will wait. Orzammar must limit outside influence until the throne is settled. No one gets in.
They hide because they are dwarves.
I would challenge any race to fare as well. Our king is dead. Endrunai Dukan returned to the Stone Knot 3 weeks ago. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that
foreigner,
you execute
sir?
this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
Fight me. I dare you.
You'll hear of this. King
Wrecked
Loghain will
kid.
see you quartered.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
I will get no help, but it's fine. I'll wing it.
Atrast Vala, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed blessing. We prefer that outsiders not witness our infighting, but your presence will be tolerated.
Those statues are dwarven paragons, if I remember right. The best of their ancestors.
And so I shall.
The dwarves have a
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like
lot.
Raga, all Orzammar will know your name.
Show some pity for a poor old man.
because the darkspawn
There's one thing I do not understand,
Alistair
Alistair.
here.
Just the one thing.
About you, perhaps. Why the deception over your parentage?
I'd figure you'd be the sort who knows all about deception.
I do. And what use the deception might have had ended when King Cailan perished, did it not?
Maybe. I guess I was sort of hoping that would go away.
The truth does not
go away?
I didn't say it was a good plan.
We've covered this. He's dumb.
As you desire.
This is my least favorite part.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these Deshras in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Yep. That happened.
I find that sodding fool, I'll have him in the Legion. Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want.
When the dark spawn
Desher
start
lords
in
bickering
your
over
land,
sand.
sir,
Balin, Harrowmont.
you have
One so
access to the
different,
dark
No
spawn.
paragons here.
They come from the deep roads, may I remind you. It is an all of us problem.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate. See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry. Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate. The true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. Yes, you should.
I hate it here. They're so judgy.
Wow. So this is Orzammar. It's huge.
Ancestors Guard. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone. My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith Caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself. A warden. So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company.
Oh, why did I bring Morgan?
Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers. Please, find me as soon as you return.
Good, she didn't say anything.
It's about time the Darkspawn started attacking the surface. They bothered us for far too long.
Maker's blessing on you, sister. Ah, it's a great pleasure to meet a fellow believer. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry. returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth, we hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt
Probably
within it.
not going to explore
Yet the dwarves of Orzammar
voice option
persist
here
in
because I
worshipping their own
absolutely hate
forefathers.
this place.
The Shaperate controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
It's designed that way to make you feel hopeless.
Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can
When we get to
see
the Deep Roads,
Maker's
it's like
hand on your
never
shoulder,
ending. The Deep Roads is
guiding
literally
you
never ending. It's
If this
so
chantry could
long.
help just one person as much as it helped me.
And just
it's
rocks.
worth any trouble.
Please let me know
everywhere.
as soon as you've heard anything.
Watch out for that puddle of whatever it is.
It's the Deep Roads.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? You look like you're not from around
This girl
here.
so much.
I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Then I'm truly honored. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins? I can't even imagine. I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
She's literally so cute.
Well,
From what I've heard of dwarven politics, I'm almost surprised we haven't seen blood running these
Legion
streets.
of the Dead sighted battling Darkspawn near Orzammar. Throne stands empty. Make Caramon your king now.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
News of the hour. Lord Haramont's insinuations
So,
against
how is it Lord the Balin dwarves have a reveal king? I thought they voted on everything, or something like that.
I already know who I'm gonna go with. So there's typically a lot of back and forth you have to do.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories? Warden, I'm outraged.
But
a thief in the Shaperate.
since
What
I already
have
know
we
who
been
I'm going
reduced
with,
to?
I'm not gonna do any of the back and forth.
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost ties. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad. Ask, and I shall do my best to answer. We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn. The Paragon Caridon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caridon's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. They were once our highways beneath the mountains. Now the darkspawn claim them and few venture there, except your order, who enter the deep roads when they retire, so they can die slaughtering as many darkspawn as possible. Please, speak your mind. That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed, so I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? He seems a charitable man, but that is a thin thread on which to tie Orzammar's traditions. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? I will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Time to hunt for lore bits.
As you desire. I could do that for you.
Couldn't lean over the table. More stuff for my codex. So quiet.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Ortan Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Ortan, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Ortan, who was training in Orzammar when the Taig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Taig's ruins, somewhere in the Deep Roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Taig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Taig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope.
We need to go to Balin.
As you desire.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring? Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now. My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrimont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests. Harrimont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrimont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrimont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes. Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at tapsters in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Yeah. Let's go do this.
A new offensive is required against the Darkspawn, says Lord Balin.
What do you want?
Basically, what you're gonna have to do in this
you're the
quest
Grey
is
Warden
decide
I
if
was
you want to
talking
work with
about.
Harrimont or Balin.
I am. And what business would you have with me?
And it really just depends on your personal preference, what you think is better for that of Orzammar.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a Deep Roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient Taig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt. Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Good luck.
And I just know from my past experience, like,
Could the end of Orzammar be nigh?
Harrimon's nicer, but
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody
yeah,
but you.
that's Ogren.
So just
He's gonna be in
get
our
over
party
the castles
soon.
and drown yourself.
Don't like him.
You know as well as I do that's how it's all.
And so I shall.
You lift a weapon or attack a single
Elrin is like better for the sake of Orzammar. Better intentions. Kind of knows what he's doing. Okay.
All right. I once drank a thimble of dwarven ale.
Told him I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden? You don't get far as the youngest and most outspoken member of the Assembly without keeping an ear to the stone. I heard there was a Grey Warden in town. No offense, but you kind of stand out. Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at Tapster's. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the Assembly? I've always liked that one. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the Assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary. Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And we'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day. Otherwise, my whole house will be humiliated. Doesn't make a difference anyway, one's as bad as the next.
They're everywhere! I can't take it!
Hey.
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. Someone saw you talking to Vartag Gavorn, and now it's all over that you've been doing dirty errands for Balin. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest. Power-hungry Deep Lords. The only real concern they have is whose ass gets the throne. You don't have to play dumb, Warden. Their lackeys only come to me when they want something. Well, if you want the secrets of a paragon, do the work and find her. City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the Deep Roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. Why do you care, huh? You looking to uncover all her secrets? Is that what Balin wants? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He wants it for himself, right? A little blessing from the Ancients' technology, and he's assured the throne. Is that it? Too little, too late. But it's a nice gesture, Warden. If you think your boot kissing will get you an in I don't have, you're welcome to try this. I know both Harrowmont and Balin have been asking about her. 2 years without a peep, and suddenly now they want to start looking. If you find out what they know, it might just put me a step closer to finding her. Or sit here and have a drink. It's all the bleeding same to me. Barkeep?
It's our new party member, guys. Woo! So excited for that. Okay. We gotta go to the slums real quick. Oh, wait, hold on. Hey, do you want to pray?
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper.
Party, yeah.
Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Orzammar? Oh my god.
There's a rich one. We'll get plenty for their kid once we cut them out of it. Let's make this quick!
Run where you can! Just die already! Roughly and you should pay! Is that all you got?
Done.
I never liked this part. Another call for the party. Defend yourself.
And that's two!
You forced our
Okay,
hand.
done with you now!
Oh, that was obnoxious.
As you desire.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform. Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity, especially for someone with a few connections above ground. No offense, but your kings have some laws that don't make sense in a practical kind of world. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium, the sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate that. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so there's always buyers in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of a stone's weight. You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that lyrium instead, at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it, or, since you can travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring back his return order, I could pay you, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee. I don't think so. Boys!
You forced our hand.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. I'm no fool. Nobody just wanders around in Dusttown. You're here looking for me, and I don't like it. You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
I cannot be defeated. Spare a bit? Have you a coin to spare, milady? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I. Thank you. That a stranger would care so much when my own family barred me from their halls unless I'm willing to. But no! I can't bear to even think of it! I wish there were. My name is Erlinda. I wasn't always like this. I was born to a mining caste family. We weren't wealthy, but I never went hungry before. Now it's all gone, and it's my own fault. Ancestors curse me, but there's nothing I can do to set it right. My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him. In Orzammar, lineage is traced through the child's same-sex parent. Had my baby been a girl, she would have been a minor like me. But as a boy, my son is considered tainted forever by his father's seed.
I hate the dwarves. Their way of living is awful.
Yes, I can become casteless with him, which is what I've done. Others have raised children like this, right? Begging for change, sleeping in doorways? You would do that? But why? Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at Tapsters in the evening. I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you can do what you promise.
And so I shall.
I forgot I should have saved. Don't do this to me in game. Okay.
What are you looking at, stranger? I could be. What business is it of yours? I have no daughter. Could be you met a castless whore claiming she was once mine.
I hate the dwarves from Orzammar. They're so judgy.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it? Look, just tell her we never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
So much. Because then we gotta go, oh my god. Because then we gotta go back to the surface. Because we gotta go to the Circle of Magi to get Dagna into school. And then we gotta come back here.
You're back. I
feel
thought
like
you weren't
you're
coming.
supposed to do this.
What did he say? Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
That's terrifying every time that happens. The proving grounds are over that way. But I can't do that. Wait. Yes. So terrifying every time.
I do wonder, is it permissible for two Grey Wardens to...
Red,
Oh,
please, sir.
what is the
Just a
word
bit
I
red.
search for?
Caboodle?
Fraternize.
What's wrong with fraternizing?
It seems most undisciplined for an organization that claims it will do whatever is necessary to end the Darkspawn threat.
One thing has nothing to do with the other.
Oh no? And what if a Grey Warden was forced to choose between the Warden he loved and ending the Blight? What should his choice be?
That is a ridiculous question.
And I have my answer. Most kind of you.
No, I don't want to fight. No. never had
As you
this
desire.
cutscene or this fight happen. Like how laggy it's getting right now.
Well, all right. As you desire.
I'm so afraid that it's gonna crash.
You went above and beyond the call of duty for the Circle. You have done us proud. Orzammar, indeed. You have piqued my curiosity. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spellcraft. She will never be able to weave the simplest magic, no matter how hard she tries. Fascinating. I suppose the Circle should be flattered. I see. If she is willing to sacrifice so much for this, then we should feel honored. Tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy. But if she chooses it, then she is welcome here at the Circle. She will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices, when it is appropriate. If only the Circle was in better shape. I fear she may be disappointed when she arrives. This will be interesting. She could tell us much about our dwarven neighbors. Yes, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea. I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are starting to look up for the Circle. Thank you. I wish you well. Know you will always be welcome here.
This was nice to do because I did not do this last time. Game, are you okay? Game is not okay. Game is very, very much not okay. Orzammar is a bad omen. I'm telling you. Okay, no one had anything to say to me? Great. I just wanted to check and see if anyone had a cutscene.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oh no, I had to go to Redcliffe. I have to go back there anyway. It's fine. Oh my god. Can I not fight? Is that an option? This isn't a fight? Hello?
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegra can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven.
Sure. That was a nice surprise. We get to take our first trip to the deep
Hello,
Roads.
how can I? It's you! And it's been,
so
well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said. Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Urelden in the 13th century. I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition? Then I should go before my parents come looking for me. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
Alright. You guys ready to see my least favorite thing ever? The deep roads. They suck. I hate them. What's up?
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today. I see you have his daughter's seal, so I will not stop you. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Oh, shut up.
Best of luck.
Oh. Oh my god, I hate it here. Do you see how enormous this is? This is the worst. And this is only one of the Tigers. There's like 5. There's so many. We gotta get over here. I'm pretty sure we gotta get right here, actually. It all looks like this for hours. This is what it looks like. All of it. The same soundtrack going. The entire time. We don't even get to walk on the road. We have to walk through the... This is very broken. Oh, hey, texture. Oh, hey. You good? Oh my god.
Lovely.
Crash? Yep. Expected that one. Oh, how lovely. Turn your your headset down. It's about to get pretty loud in here. Actually, I'm going to mute the desktop audio for a second so you don't have to hear the loud blaring dragon that's about to yell. Orzammar knows it's bad too. If it crashes again, we'll just, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what to do. Because Orzammar is a big part of, the whole saving the world from the blight thing. Ooh, I need health poultices. Look, there's more of them. How lovely. Don't hit me, 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 don't hit me. Okay. Here's where I begin getting confused because I don't know which ways I've been. stress, 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 stress. Oh my god, Alice is about to die. Oh, okay, Alistair, bye. Oh. Is there just 2 left? Fuck off, dude. Fuck right off. That was dumb. I hate the deep roads. Hate them so much. They are the worst. Do you see all of them hiding? Yo, attack, you dummy. Oh, I wish I knew what way to go. cheesing this? Yes. Do I care? No. Oh man. This is all the Deep Roads is. Just so all of you are aware. It's just a big, big maze of rocks. That's all it is. Big maze of rocks. Tiny dinosaurs. So tired of fighting the tiny dinosaurs. My goodness. I can unlock anything now. looking for you. I just realized the sound wasn't playing. My bad.
I don't understand. What could... These are the terms of a deal we made with Lord Harrowmont, but... the charlatan. He's promised the exact same land to Helmy. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I owe you twice now. My life and my house's fortune. We will certainly not support a man who would use my family like that. I will tell everyone I know what a wretched trick Harrowmont tried to play. I must return now. My men need healing, and I want to look into this. Do you wish to travel with us? Then let us reach Orzammar before more beasts find our scent.
As you...
Lady Dace just came through the quarter on a tear. She's telling everyone who'll listen what a leech and a liar Harrowmont is. Good job. So you were serious about wanting to help us. Are you ready to meet Balin now? I warn you, be on your best behavior, and keep your weapons sheathed.
This isn't even the worst part. The worst part is
Warden.
being trapped
Not many
in the deep
outsiders
roads
so
for
quickly
hours.
grasp Orzammar's rather convoluted politics. I am Prince Balin. Vartag told me of your efforts against the usurper who tried to claim my father's throne. Then we have a common goal. We may not like each other, but the Blight is our first priority. We need absolute unity to fight against the fulcrum of true evil. Absolutely. And sworn on the mail of my ancestors, as soon as Orzammar is united under my rule. Unfortunately, while this debate rages, I have no power to send the troops you need. You've seen for yourself, the city is a slaughterhouse. Criminals run lawless. I could never hold the throne if I allowed such chaos. You have struck a blow against Harrowmont already, and I thank you for that. But there is another faction in play here. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the Carta of Criminals she runs? They're a gang of criminals, mostly casteless, led by a repulsive slug of a woman named Jarvia. They paid off numerous guardsmen to build their power. They know Orzammar is divided now and has no time for them. It's made them bold. If I show the city I can eliminate such a threat, well, let's just say my position would be stronger. If you can eliminate them, I promise as king, I will send as many troops as you need to fight the Darkspawn. Unfortunately, I have little information on Jarvia. Her base of power is in Dust Town, the lowest part of the city, and my men have few sources there. Maybe the casteless will talk more freely with a stranger. And I will wait eagerly for your return.
course.
Doors.
All be aware that the Grey Wardens have aligned with Lord Balin. Be notified. News of the hour. Lord Balin proven to be working with servicers. Dedicated.
There's so much back and forth. Like with the other places, it's not as, it's like very streamlined, but with this quest line, it's so back and forth, and you're running back and forth. This, that, and the other. Oh my gosh. In the middle of the commons? Come on.
End this for Harrowmont.
Course.
I love how no one cared. It gives off Kirkwall vibes.
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell. Of course. You're back. You got more business for me? Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know what I mean. It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money. Why don't you take a look? You're back. You got more business for me? Enough to know she don't fancy strangers asking questions. Her base goes everywhere in Orzammar. You cross her or even talk bad, your bones end up in the lava. Could be if 30 silver came my way, I might know a bit. Fine. Only Jarvia's men knew all the entrances to her base. But I tell you, I've watched them. They go up to what look like bare walls, and poof, gone. Like there's a secret door. There's one just across the way. Watch long enough, and you'll see. Now you owe me 30 silver. Pleasure doing business. Now you want to buy something, or are we done? That's what I thought.
you desire.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
I don't remember how to do this.
Hey there, stranger. 6 bits for a tumble, 2 silvers if you all want to go at once. It's everywhere. That's the problem. There's nowhere she can't see you.
I know where it is. I don't remember how to get in there.
No one, don't look at me.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple. You're as kind as you are beautiful. I owe you when I get back on my feet, if my feet still worked. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the Diamond Quarter, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezda to fill? Know her. I used to run with her. Jarvia took over the Carta not more than a year ago, and already she's got every duster with both legs bearing swords for her. Won't be easy. She's gotten real careful since Barat died. Real paranoid. She's got Carta members all carrying these fingerbone tokens. She scratches some mark into them so she'll know they came from her. There's doors to her base all over the city, but only one is ever open at a time. And if you show up without a token, you'd never know it was there. Can't help you there, Selroka. The Carta members keep them real tight. But that's worth something, right? Maybe just a little. I'll think of you when I go to bed with a full stomach.
Hey there, stranger. 6 bits for a tumble,
backwards.
2 silvers if you all want to go at once. I weren't talking to you. Hear me? We weren't talking.
That Jarvia's a dangerous one.
Spare a coin? 2 bits for the needy? Keep asking questions like that, and you'll get dragged in soon enough.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside? My mam used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky. Yes. When my dad left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh? Don't fall into the sky when you go back up there.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
I don't know anything. Leave me alone!
I feel so dumb. I remember this being so easy last time, and now I'm like struggling. Okay. Well, I think that's all story-wise I'm going to do today. But we can go through and do our lore dump in actual order this time. So we'll do some characters because we got a ton of new characters. We only have 2 slots left of characters we haven't talked about. Balin is the guy that we're helping. Balin is the third of King Endrin's children. Balin has always been considered the last and least of his family, not the heir nor the favorite, and not as accomplished as either sibling. Balin's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. Connor, we updated. He was freed from the demon's power at a terrible price. The cost... That's a lie. We didn't do that. That's wrong, because she lived. What? That's wrong. King Endrin Adokan. What in the world? Endrin of House Adokan traces his ancestry back to the Paragon Adokan, the greatest warrior of Orzamar's history, who beat back the Darkspawn hordes in the First Blight. The second son of King Ansgar Adokan, he became heir after his elder brother died in approving. The most respected king in 4 generations, he restored contact with Kal Sharok, the only other remaining city of the once vast Dwarven Empire, which had been lost during the First Blight. Genitivi. Brother Genitivi is one of the Chantry's most well-known scholars, primarily on the basis of the stories he has published, which many of his contemporaries dismiss as fanciful, of his travels across the length and breadth of Thedas. Lord Harrowmont. House Harrowmont is one of the oldest noble houses, as old as Orzammar itself. Endrin's most trusted advisor, Harrowmont, is well known for being an able administrator and the author of many compromises in the ever-warring assembly. And then we have... That's wrong! She didn't die! She survived! What is happening? I have never had that glitch. That's weird. Culture and history. What we got? The Orlesian Empire. So, a little history. Ferelden and Orlais were once one. Orlais overtook Ferelden. Ferelden finally broke free of Orlais. There are many lords and ladies in Val Royeaux, and I mean this literally. Once the system of noble titles in Orlais was labyrinth. There were barons and baronesses and baronets and sir barons and hordes of others, each with its own origins and own nuances of comparison. The Orlesian aristocracy is ancient and much given to competition. All the nobility play the grand game, and it is known whether they wish to or not. It is a game of reputation and patronage where moves are made with rumors and scandal as the chief weapon. No gentle game this. More blood has been drawn as the result of the grand game than any war the Orlesians have fought. Of this I am assured by almost every gentleman here. As far as titles went, everything changed from the coming of Emperor Draken, who established the Orlesian Empire as it exists now and who created the Chantry. There's no more venerated figure in Orlais. In Val Royeaux, the statue of Draken stands as tall as the statue of Andraste. Draken determined that the grand game was tearing Orlais apart, so he abolished all titles besides his own and Lord and Lady. I am told with some twittering amusement that this action did not end the great game as Draken had intended. Now the lords and ladies collected unofficial titles rather than official ones, such as the exalted patron of Tassou Clay, or uncle to the champion of Tremez. It is a headache to remember such titles, and one winces to think of the poor doorman at the balls who must rattle them off as each guest enters the room. The aristocracy is different from Ferelden in other ways as well. The Orlesians' right to rule stems directly from the Maker. There exists neither the concept of rule by merit nor the slightest notion of rebellion. If one is not noble, one aspires to be, or at the least aspires to be in the good graces of a noble, and is ever watching for a way to enter the patronage of those better placed in the grand game. And then there are the masks and the cosmetics. I have not seen so much paint since the kennels at High Ever, but that is another story. The city of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of the finest works. Orzammar lies in the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining the liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court to the king, as well as the Shaperate, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway, where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of lava connected to the commons by the causeway are the Proving Grounds, a sacred arena where dwarves by ancient tradition settled their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces fallen to disrepair, which the locals called Dust Town, now home to the city's castles. On the other side of the river are the Deep Roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. This is a tale from Genitivi, who knows more about the Sacred Ashes urn than anyone. Cut to Kal Shirak. 1155 of the Atimfer Imperium will be known as the year of painful decisions, but we cannot waver. The threat we face is the greatest we have known. If we are overrun, all traces of the ancestors' glory will be undone. Orzammar must stand, and it must stand alone. Hormak, Kal Shirak, Gundar, we have lost contact and must assume they are lost to the Horde. We must seal the weakest link in our defense, the deep roads that lead to our fallen brethren. I have ordered our finest demolitionists to place the charges. I ask that each of you think of those we have lost. They served as the warning that spurred us into action, and I know the stone will embrace them. They are the foundation of our survival, and they will not be forgotten. 200 years, Kal Shirak lives, you stone-forsaken deep lords. There is no greater hatred than a brother at your throat. Legion of the Dead. Yes, Stone's greetings, friend. You will fight ceaselessly in the Legion of the Dead. The Legion accepts all, so I was told by one of the Legionnaires himself, a dwarf who waited quietly at the entrance to the deep roads for the rest of his unit to assemble. They gathered slowly, each equipped with heavy armor and fine weapons, each painted with grim tattoos applied at their funerals the night previous. For that is the nature of the Legion. They are all dead. Any dwarf may join the Legion, so long as he is willing to give up everything he has. The funeral rites are somber. A final goodbye is said to family and loved ones. Any material goods are dispersed to heirs, and last words are said, and then it is done. The new Legionnaire marches out into the deep roads, never to return. The Legion fights against the Darkspawn to the last, striking one final blow against the monsters that have claimed so much of their homeland. Many join the Legion to clear the slate. Criminals join to avoid punishment. The dishonored join so that their houses and families need not suffer on their behalf. The bankrupted join so their debts might be forgiven. A few join for the last chance at glory, but the Legion takes them too. This group hopes to reach the fabled fortress of Bonamar, once the Legion's home, associated with the greatest of their paragons. Bonamar is a holy place. Its loss the last great blow against the Dwarven Kingdom, and its recapture would be a glorious signal to all of Orzammar. But capture it or no, all of these warriors will die in the deep roads. It's a sobering thought, and I now know why the dwarves say the Legion's charge is the battlefield's most frightening sight. They have nothing left to lose. Again, Brother Genitivi. The Paragons. As I studied among the dwarves, I became aware that their social system was as rigid as the stone that surrounded them. From the lowest servant to the king of Orzammar, each dwarf has a caste, a rigid social standing which dictates what he may do and how he may do it. What fascinated me was that the dwarves, stubborn and proud as they may be, have built in a way for even the lowliest dwarf to bypass the caste system and reach prominence. Any dwarf who has made any achievement of significance can be named Paragon, elevating that dwarf above all others. To become a Paragon is key to be recognized as essentially a living ancestor. Your words are considered ineffable, and the dwarves liken you unto a god. Your family, those you choose to ascend with you, become the founders of a new line of nobility. Indeed, every existing noble house among the dwarves traces its line back to a founding Paragon. It's a rare thing, however. In my visit, I learned that only one Paragon has been elected in generation, the smith Branka, exalted for her discovery of smokeless coal. I met the Paragon Branka only once during my stay, and I consider it an odd occasion indeed. Surrounded by those of her house, this ill-tempered woman was draped in the finest clothing and jewelry and was obviously revered even above the highest nobles, perhaps even the king yet. She seemed to enjoy none of it. The burden of being a living legend is great, it appears. Statues of the Paragons are found throughout Orzammar, though nowhere so prominently than the Hall of Heroes, through which one passes on entering this from the surface. It is a breathtaking sight to behold, great works of stone all seeming to hold up the ceiling above. It is meant to impress upon visitors to Orzammar of all who have gone before, I think. It is also meant to remind dwarves being the surface and thus abandoning their brethren forever of all they are leaving behind. Again, from Gina TV. Books and songs, traditional dwarven folk songs, quest related, key to the city. It is agreed that no rules of procedure were explicitly broken, but a 5-day filibuster is nonetheless worthy of censure. Division of House Gromosot property was deliberated for a full session, and forfeiture of the southern estate deemed a necessity. Since the birth of young Cade necessitates his elevation to noble status, and it is unthinkable for a noble's family to live in the slums, it is the responsibility of the father to accommodate the placement of his family. It is not possible to simply generate new space in the Diamond Quarter without compromising Tig structural integrity. Lord Dace's comment that if Lord Grosselmont didn't want a new heir, he shouldn't have slummed for a concubine was indeed inappropriate, but the proper procedure for resolution through proving was followed. Both parties agreed to accept his retraction, and that matter is considered separate and closed. The decision of the Assembly regarding the placement of the Dunkeld clan stands. Shaper's life. The blessing of the Shaper is given only to those who walk with the stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure, but those who desire to work in memory must first honor it. Document the stone, protect her, and present a new history to the memories. Only then will the blessing of the Shaper be upon you. Well, that's all the lore that we have this time. I don't remember how to get the figure bone, but I'll remember by the time we play again. I don't know if I'll play on Sunday or not. I have stuff to do on Saturday. But, alas, that's all I got for you guys today. So, that's it. That's all I got. There's a lot of talking at the end. But, we have 3 places left. Unless I get to Shale. I don't know how I'm doing that. I don't know how to do that. I've never done that before. So we have to finish Orzammar, which I think we're a quarter through. And then we have to go back to Denerim. We have to go to Denerim. And then we have to... then we got to do the Sacred Ashes. So that's another place. And then go back to Redcliffe. And then back to Denerim. And then it's game, I think. We can do Awakening, but I may just pull up my old save. And just play it. It's so bad, dude. You're gonna be so sick of it. You're gonna be so sick of it. It's like 8 hours of just straight rock prison. It's the worst. Hopefully I can speed through it, but my God, is it awful. There's one cool scene that like sticks in my brain. One scene. But I don't even know if that's in this or if it's in Awakening. I don't remember. I think it's in this one. It's awful. It's just rock tunnels forever. To be honest, I may just do it in my free time because I don't want to put y'all through that. It's bad. It's so bad. It's rough. But anyway, I don't think that I will have us play through Awakening just because I liked it. I did like it. It's just, we meet one character that comes in Dragon Age 2. Why you angry? Why angry? And I will make the joke. There's the opening cutscene where we meet this character, and I was like, oh, and here's where I fall in love with Anders, and then we get to Dragon Age 2, and that's where I lose every single bit of interest I've ever had in the character. That's just me. I know a lot of people love Anders. I do too. But then he just changed, not for the better. His heart is in the right place. But yeah, so I don't know what we're gonna do about Orzammar. Hopefully it's not as long this time because I kind of know what I'm doing. Like I know how to play properly now. I just it's so long. It's so long. But there's one cool scene, and I think it's in the base game. I think. But I will look up how to get the coin because I truthfully don't remember. I may be doing stuff out of order. Because when I originally did this, I did both houses at the same time. But that's pointless if you know who you're going to go with. So, I mean, I know that they make you do it both so you can figure out who you're going to go with. But since I've played this before and I know who I'm going to go with, I'm pretty sure I went with him last time too. But yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. And I appreciate you listening to me babble for minutes, long minutes. We're dating Alistair now. That's kind of cool. And it's weird because I dated Zevran last time, and he was just in the background the entire time, just reminding me. So, but yeah, we will play again, and if we are not feeling the vibe of Orzammar, I may stop and just rush through it myself. I may finish up some quests tomorrow if I'm feeling like it, just so we can get onto the main story. I'll fill you in on what happened. And then we can go from there and just do the story mission. Hopefully, it's not 8 hours of pure rock cavern. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna actually look because I'm genuinely curious. about hold on. I gotta get my bearings straight real quick. I'm genuinely curious. Let me save my game real quick. And let me load my game up. Let me switch to Aria real quick. It's the epilogue. Let me just see. Let me just see if I can see how big Orzammar is with my old map. Let me look. Huh. I forgot they were on my team. Here, I'll let you see. I'll let you see my old file. If it'll load, if it'll open. OBS is being kind of funky right now. Oh, you gonna be funky now? That's fair. This is my old, this is where we will be later, but this is my old character, Arya. Let me... Let me see. I'm just genuinely curious now, just because it's been so long. Oh, hey, this is the final battle. Can't check it. That sucks. Boo. Boo, that sucks. Dang. Okay, anyway, unfortunately I can't tell you as much as I would like to. But I'll just Google it. But anyway, I'm done talking your ear off for 7 minutes now. But thanks for hanging out. Again, I'll probably catch up on, I'll do some of the side quests because that's just not fun, me going back and forth and playing Errand Boy. So I'll do that, and then we will do the main story quest. But I will see you guys later. Have some fun tunes, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
So I forget about